One of the key decisions facing this jury is determining if some of Kyle Rittenhouse's actions were intentional or reckless. A legal analyst says the penalties for each are very different. CBS 58's Adam Reif continues our team coverage tonight, live outside the Kenosha County Courthouse. Adam.
Good evening, Natalie. We just heard Kristen talk about those jury instructions. They are 36 pages long and have a lot of intricate detail inside. Former prosecutor and current defense attorney Julius Kim says that it should be pretty clear the difference between intentional homicide and reckless homicide, but it could still take a while for the jury to deliberate that difference.
Well, reckless homicide is causing someone's death through criminally reckless conduct, and conduct in that end, in this particular case, first-degree reckless homicide means that conduct was done with utter disregard for human life.
Julius Kim says both intentional and reckless homicide are very serious charges. As with so many elements in this case, Kim says it comes down to interpretation. In his opinion, the Rosenbaum shooting would best fit into a second-degree intentional homicide. But the problem, Kim says, is Rittenhouse was charged with first-degree reckless homicide, and the judge has not allowed lesser charges to be considered in that count.
With the Huber count, that option is going to be available to them, but I'm not sure it necessarily applies because a lot of people believe that Kyle Rittenhouse, if he was justified in self-defense, was probably more justified with regard to the Huber shooting than the Rosenbaum shootings.
But the charges are so nuanced, they can sometimes cause confusion even among legal experts, as evidenced in the courtroom before closing arguments.
Well, you can't attempt a reckless act, right?
I would have told you, I would have agreed with you some years ago, but I'm not sure. I don't know the answer, and I certainly am going to have to hit the books on that.
And since the jury was instructed to consider lesser charges for some counts, it essentially means they must consider 8 charges instead of 5. The jury instruction lists the charges in full, and the jury is supposed to consider the original charge first.
And if they're not guilty of that charge, or if they can't find a unanimous verdict on that charge, then they're instructed to move on and consider the less serious charge, and then so forth and so forth.
Now, today, the jury only asked to see about those jury instructions. They did not request to see any video or evidence again. Despite the slow start to deliberations, Julius Kim says it is progressing as many in the legal community expected. Live outside the Kenosha County Courthouse, Adam Reif, CBS 58 News.